The next one that we have, you are going to want to be there. It's going to be just fantastic. There were so many mind shifts. And beyond that, there was just the community of being together, of all of us under one roof, all of us of one mindset and one goal. And we were able to be there together. And so just that alone, like really was powerful and very impactful. Taking walks together, eating together, all that kind of stuff together was amazing. So a couple announcements. First of all, I hope you guys I hope you guys saw in our Leaders in Progress page, I announced that we are doing a new boot camp. Yay! I'm so excited about this one, you guys. And coming off the heels of retreat is just going to be amazing. We wanted to start it this week, but we also know that a lot of you guys are working your business hard because it's the end of the month. And so we didn't want to overwhelm you guys. So we decided to start it on Tuesday. So it starts on Tuesday, which is the day after Memorial Day. Enjoy your Memorial weekend and then get ready to run, you guys. We are going to be hitting it hard, and we are going to be, the training is about how to get to ED. So it doesn't matter where you are right now. If you want to join us and you want to know how to get to that milestone, which is a huge milestone in our business, is ED, then you're going to want to be on this training. It's at 7 a.m. PST. I don't know what that means for everybody else because I'm over here. I've never lived anywhere else but PST. So I'm over here. And so so you guys could figure that out. If you don't know, Google it. So it's 7 a.m. PST, and your leaders are going to be on this call. And so it's going to be really great for you to be hearing from these people like Priscilla Nelson, like all these people who have gotten to past ED, gotten to ED and grew past it, and how they got there. And so you're going to want to be on that call. We also have some guest speakers coming in that you're going to love. Some of our coach crushes are going to be there. So it's going to be fantastic. You're not going to want to miss it. And so if you haven't signed up yet, just go on Leaders in Progress and look for it's called Rise Up to Executive Director Bootcamp. And there's a group page that you can add yourself to. You should just automatically be added. I am checking and making sure that everybody gets added to that. So if you don't get it added, just shoot me a message, okay? But you should be in there. And so that's starting Tuesday. And then conference, you guys, if you haven't signed up for conference, you're going to want to. And right now there are no more spaces for in-person, but there's plenty of spaces to be on the Zoom call. And so you're going to want to be on those calls. They're so valuable. And it also, you know, really engulfs you into what is the world of Optavia. What is the mission of our founder? He's going to be speaking. And when he speaks, he cries. And then we cry. He always gets me like crying. I'm like, Dr. A, it's so wonderful. So you're going to want to listen to Dr. A. You're going to want to listen to all of these people who are like, it's going to be like Doug Woods, and it's going to be like all these people who have just risen up in this business, and you're going to be able to hear from all of them. So you're going to want to be on that call. So that's for conference. If you don't know how to find that, go to Optavia Connect and click on events, and you'll be able to sign up right from there. Okay. And if you're still not sure, go to Leaders in Progress and click on announcements. And there's a link in there that I put in for you guys. So, okay. So that's all the announcements that I got for you. And so now we're going to talk about retreat. Yay. And what were your takeaways? There were so many mind shifts, you guys. And I think Jamie was sharing right before we started. And I didn't get to hear, but yeah, there's so many things that happened this past weekend. And so I want to bring some of you guys out and to share. And so first of all, I want to bring on Brandy. Brandy, you want to come off mute and share your takeaways from this last weekend?
Sure. So I kind of didn't, like, I knew what to expect, but I didn't know what to expect. So I was kind of like quiet all weekend. I really didn't do a whole lot of socializing, but I was just soaking everything in. You know, listening to conversations and listening to our speakers. One of the speakers really spoke to me was Tom Hamill. He had a very interesting past, and the way he talked about his past and some of the things he said really resonated with me. So one of the things that he said was to know the power of proximity, that if we lower our self limit, and we surround ourselves with people who have low expectations, then our expectations of ourselves will be low. So that was something that really resonated with me, because I definitely like want to surround myself with people who have high expectations of themselves, so that I in turn will have high expectations. Um, another thing he said was, the level of your leadership will determine who you attract. I have had a few people, like on my drive home from retreat, contact me. One girl in particular that me and Kim talked to today was Sarah, and just based on the posts that I was posting from the retreat, she contacted me and she's like, okay, I want to know what you're doing and I want to be part of this. And we just did her Coach Explorer today. So she's going to be going on program, and she's thinking about coaching, and she hasn't even started the program yet, but she wants what we have, and she wants to be part of what we do. So that is something that has really popped out for me, was that the level of leadership that we as an organization exude is attracting those people who want that. So that was something that I took away. Kim, when you did the scheduling and everything, like talking about scheduling and putting rocks in our schedule and stuff like that, one of the things that was said was, this is my business and I am the CEO of my business, and I have to start showing up. So I've made it a point this week to start showing up to Power Hour. I definitely have that as a rock in my calendar, and I'm so happy that I don't have to be at the school for the summer, because I definitely have been wanting to do that. And then your day starts the night before. You got to fill in your win the day cards. And what I do too is, when I look at my calendar the night before, I see what I have scheduled for the day, and then I go into my alarms and I set alarms for those events that I have scheduled, the meetings, the health assessments, whatever I have scheduled. I have alarms for all of them in my phone. So that has been something that I've been using since I got back, and it's really helped me keep on track with what my daily schedule is. So that, I mean, there's been so much more, obviously, but those are some of the things that I have taken away that has been really helping me so far.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Brandy. Yay. And you know, you guys, like, I've seen Brandy like just go pew. And as soon as she got home, she got into massive action. She helped one of her coaches reach senior, and then we just did another coaches for. And you guys, this is what happens when those mind shifts happen. It's like you start getting into massive action and your business starts changing. So a lot of times we don't grow because we're not growing. Ding, ding, ding. So, okay, let's bring on another person. What about Jamie? Jamie, you want to come on and share a little bit?
Sure, and I'm a good transition from Brandy, because the weekend for me was all about getting to know all of you guys. I have been a part of leadership organizations for a really long time, and it was so important to me, because I am so transformationally based, to be connected to you guys in a very authentic way, and to say yes upon meeting you, which I know sounds funny, but I'm doing so many wonderful things in my life already. And it's so important to me to have that connection in a very transformational way, because I am so heart-centered. So this weekend, first I wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you so much, Priscilla and Alan, Kim Robbins. Thank you so much to the team of people that put together the weekend that we just had, because the speakers were amazing. You could tell that everybody was so connected to sharing their nuggets with all of the rest of us. It was wonderful to meet all of the different people that said yes and showed up in attendance. My big take homes were 4 things. Our willingness to grow is directly related to our willingness to change. This is not a new concept to me, you guys, but let me just tell you that I identified in myself that I had become complacent and really comfortable. I was immediately able to recognize that I am in a comfortable place and because I'm in a comfortable place and have done so many different things, wasn't challenging myself. And so it was so refreshing to meet the people that I met this last weekend and have that sense of community, and to be around people who are so dedicated to changing the world, living with passion, and speaking their truth in every conversation. So huge, huge, huge benefit. Tom Hamill is actually the one, as Brandy said, that was talking about organization matching your leadership ability and our continued growth in it. The second big take home for me was, no matter where you are in your journey in this life, our impact in our ability to lead is only as great as our willingness to be vulnerable, right? To share authentically and to have conversations. And that's really the premise of this business, of any direct selling business, and especially social marketing businesses, is our ability to have conversations and then to observe ourselves in them and to really listen to the impact that we're making. And that is only happening if we're sharing our hearts at the same time. And that was such a universal thread through every speaker that spoke, was their passion and their ability to connect, and their desire, as Jamil kept saying all weekend long, the mission within the mission, right? Find your mission within the mission. So the third thing, helping to incite change, right, not only in myself but in others, is only as good as the questions that I ask. All right, so my ability to listen, to learn, and be aware of where I'm at with people, right? Like, because if we aren't, like Priscilla gave an amazing training on Maxwell's 5 levels of leadership, which was not new to me, but it was something that I had forgotten about. Like, if you're not aware of where you're at in any particular relationship, and something that I was training about all the time was love languages, right? Like how you really reach people's heart, because everybody understands love in a different way. It's really the same in relational context for how you're engaging with them. So those 5 levels of Maxwell's leadership as a bullet point, totally something to check out if you haven't ever heard of it, and maybe they'll be a part of future trainings. Thank you, Priscilla. The fourth and final point is, be so connected to your heart's desire in speaking your truth that every conversation leads to your mission within the mission. So, because words have power, you guys. Words, they are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. And it's so important to be mindful, purposeful in the message that we're sending and creating. And once you realize what that is, finding that mission within the mission, oh my gosh, sharing this amazing tool and vehicle that we have is just going to like explode. And I'm so excited to see that explosion and impact, because my whole life I have 100% been connected to helping people, to be a servant and meeting people where they're at. I heard that so many times, and it's so serendipitous, because that is my tagline for the business that I've done for 20 years, you guys, in all the other health related body services that I've done. Meeting people where they're at is key. And we have to remove this element of judgment, because that's the human part that the mind brings up, right? Just recognize it, know that we all do it, and do it anyway, right? Whether it's fear-based, no matter what the feeling is and impact, just recognize and observe your own presence in it and go from there. Move with the heart, because the heart hijacks the mind, and it is the best way to walk in your truth. So thank you so much for having me, and I'm so excited to be a part of this amazing organization. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie. That was so good. I loved that. You know, like years ago, a couple years ago, Jamil gave us these bracelets, and it says, find good people. You guys, find people like Jamie, you know, who want to serve others, who have that heart and passion. It's not about, you know, the weight loss is like, it's really serving others. Like, how can we serve others? Find people who are like-minded, who want to serve others. So thank you so much, Jamie. And so I want to bring somebody else out. Let's see. What about Melinda? Melinda, what were your takeaways from this weekend? Are you here? There she is. She was gone for a second.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my battery is probably going to die in my Bluetooth. I just got a note, an alarm that battery was low. But this is my first time ever going to a retreat, or a retreat in general. So I shouldn't even say anything like this. So I was blown away by the community, being there in person with everybody. I mean, on the Zoom calls, you feel it, but in person, it was like, whoa, like 100 times. I want to say what really, I mean, all the speakers were great. I learned a lot of tips. I loved the Inspire by the Fire, educate, the Learn by the Pool or School by the Pool. But what really, really hit home was our last day when Jamil was just raw with us. I felt like he was talking to me when he said, I love speaking to, to people and seeing them crying, out in the audience because I know it's hitting home. And I was like, that's me. Like it hit home, seeing where your reality is, just and knowing what you want and being connected with that, having the passion, having the desire, structure, everything that I was missing. I took that in, and so I'm trying to apply all of that now that I'm back home, so then that way I can really make my business thrive. I enjoyed meeting with everybody, and I'm just bummed that I won't be live at convention, but I will be streaming.
That's awesome. Yes, thank you so much, Melinda. That was so great. And you guys, like, Melinda inspires me every single day. I don't know about you guys on the 75 hard. She's like, 10 a.m., did my 2 workouts. I'm like, what? How'd you do that? That's why I asked if you had to have space in between, because I'm like, no way. No way. She's 90 minutes. I know she is. No, she's amazing. Okay, awesome. So let's bring out Ashley. Ashley Lynn, Ashley Evans. Oh my gosh, I loved seeing your little Jeep and finally seeing it in person, and just loved meeting you. Like, you feel like you already met these people, but then you realize you never really like touched them. So like being able to like touch you and like hug you, it was amazing.
I did. I touched people's faces because I'm like, are you for real?
So what were your takeaways, Ashley?
All right, so mine's going to be super short. I am a huge, huge fan, and I'm extremely jealous of Jen Hardy right now because I know she did a breakfast thing with him the other day, but Justin is listen, I feel like I'm going to be the female version of Justin Avini one day. So just watch out, because this is my biggest takeaway. And we always talk about, lead from the future, act in the now. So March, I was in Sedona, and I picked up so many things that were just like, I have all these things behind me that were, just do it anyway. Like all these things that were just popping out. I just kept buying them. I have no use for them, but I just kept buying them because it's everything we learn. And this is my biggest takeaway. And this I have behind me every day. It says, let shit go. And and so whatever is holding you back, let it go and just be bold. So I will live by this forever. And I got this up in Sedona, and it just spoke to me. And every time, if you listen to Justin, he is bold, and I love it, and he gets it done. So today I was bold, and I replied to a RSVP for Kelsey to go to a graduation, and I have a health assessment with the mom after this. So just let your own poop, caca, if you don't say the S word, ship, whatever, let it go, and you will grow. That is all.
I love it. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so good, Ashley. Justin, like, I felt like he had like came in and just like took us all and slapped us in the mouth. He's all like, stop it. And I love it, because that's totally what I struggle with too. And I was telling Jamil, like, I wish I could like suck out what he has and like stick it in my body and live like that because I care too much about what other people think. And he's like, his big thing was, I'm sorry, do you pay my bills? Do you live my life? Do you have my boat? Do you have my house? No, you don't. That's my life. So don't go judging me. I don't even care what you have to say. So he was awesome. If you ever get a chance to or see that he spoke on a training, you guys have got to listen to him because he is awesome. So thank you so much, Ashley. Next, I'd like to have Nayiri. Nayiri, come on. And Nayiri, you only have 3 minutes.
All
So
right.
if you'd like to talk.
Hello.
I'm gonna mute.
I promise.
Okay,
I
go
promise
ahead.
if I go on a Zoom, I'm gonna wave because it feels so good to talk people I know. Like all the Zooms we've been doing, we didn't know each other. So this really feels good. Gonna keep it short. I know the retreat was amazing. You guys, anytime you hear about it, you have to go. I am getting my ticket for the convention. I'm coming regardless. I want to see you guys before, after, in between. I'm gonna be there. The speakers were all amazing. I think if I say I had one takeaway, I'll be unfair to one of the speakers because I think everybody covered certain aspect of this business as so I will tell you what I have online on a paper for me, things that I read every day to make sure that I'm covering. So the first thing is, if you're in this business, you have to believe in yourself that you can do it, because if you don't believe in yourself, you don't stand a chance. The second thing, you have to believe in the system because the system works. I think 90% of us, if not all of us, have tried the program somehow. And because we benefited, we actually signed up to become coaches. So don't go, Justin said this, don't use different systems, just follow the system, you will get there faster. Don't do your own thing. The second thing is, I think I'm working on is to grow in my business. I need to grow myself first. So I'm working on my skills, on my communication skills. I already read a book about skills since I came back. The book was Cynthia told me about, The Skills with People. It's an amazing book. And everything in a business comes down to communication, how many conversations you do, how many conversations you start. So know your numbers, how many you want, how many people you want to help. So I had a goal by the end of the week, I need to help 3 people. I did the first one, I signed up the first one. The second one is done. The order is going through on Saturday. I want 1 more. I'm working on knowing my numbers, help me work on how fast I want to get to my point 2. The third thing I think, or the fourth thing I'm doing different than 1 week before is I'm owning my day. I know my schedule. I have tight schedule. Like I have 15 minutes if I'm online to do something specific. I'm doing it. I'm not wasting my time going through Facebook, and because I lost time a lot before in the business. I felt like I'm working for 2 hours, but I haven't achieved anything. Now I know what I'm doing. The other thing is quitting is not an option for me. There's going to be hard time. There's going to be difficult things. You just bend with the road. You figure it out and you keep going. You guys are wonderful. I am amazed with how kind this community is. I'm absolutely in love. People are telling me, you're really loving this business, aren't you? I'm like, I don't know. Love is underestimated. I'm all in. Isn't that the last word we said? All in.
Yes, I love it. And you kept to your 3 minutes. You're awesome. Yay. So a couple things. First of all, if you guys aren't reading the chat, read the chat. There's so many good things that are happening in the chat right now. So pull it up and read it. And then secondly, I love how many people are on their videos. Do you know, I just want to say like a quick thing, how meaningful that is for people that are speaking, because when we're just speaking to a picture, it's very hard to share your heart. And so when you have your video on, it doesn't matter what you look like. I have done videos with like no makeup, with my hair wet. Priscilla has seen me in every stage possible, in my bathrobe. We don't care. We're family here. So put your videos on and let us see. Okay. So great. So I do want to share have a couple more people come forward. First of all, I'd like to have Sandra. Sandra, come on out.
Hi guys, yay. I am so pumped. This was such a great weekend and I just didn't even know how much I missed community and being with people, and yes, seeing everybody on here, it was like, yeah, I know you, and it was so awesome. and I guess my takeaway comes from, you know, I came from the corporate world, and so I've been a leader, and, you know, what happened to that? And just seeing everybody, I know sometimes I was just kind of like standing in the corner staring at people because I just was overwhelmed with what was going on, because there was just so much love and communication, and it was just awesome. But yeah, my takeaway is, okay, I'm going to try and be a leader. No, don't try. I am a leader, and, you know, let's just do it. And, you know, I was so excited to be there and pumped. And I know I've told a few of you that, you know, when I came home to some sad news, and like Priscilla Allen said, yeah, you know, your life is just, you know, it's going to happen. And that's besides the point. Our daughter-in-law with her twin babies, she's been in the hospital since Thursday. She came home Monday. She's not due until July 7th, but is going to have them. But yeah, I was just so excited to come home and share this with my hubby, and he was sad. And so that's life. But I just have all this energy now, and no, I'm going to do this. I am a leader. I signed up my niece today to join us on program, and I've been after her for about a year. So yay, just, you know, Tom Hamill had so many good things to say, and Justin Avini, yeah, I want to be like Justin Avini, just who cares, just do it. And you know, his saying, he was too stupid to know better. Yeah, you don't have to be smart to do this, just do it, get it out of your head. And yes, getting out of my head has been a big thing. I didn't come into this for the weight loss. I came into this for the business, and I've just been, oh, well, corporate, this is the way we do things. And no, this weekend blew me away. I am a leader. I've been a leader. You are a leader. Let's do it. So, yep, short and sweet. That's what I got out of it. And so glad to meet everybody in person. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, that's it.
We love you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Awesome. I was just looking at pictures of us way back in September, the first time we went to Jamil's, well, the first time I went. And I was like, oh, Sandra.
Yeah, I was baby coach then, and I cried. And now I cry all the time. But that's just emotion, and that's my head work. And yep.
Good. I know Priscilla Nelson kept crying. I'm like, Priscilla, stop crying. You're making me cry. And I don't like feelings.
Yes, my feelings are coming out.
My feelings are coming out. They're coming out through my face. So.
Yep. Yep. Jamil said someone already mentioned that when he's looking in the crowd and when he sees someone cry, he's like, ooh, I know they get it. I was crying Saturday night. I'm like, darn you, Jamil, you're making me cry again. But it's good. It's emotion coming out. So love this group.
Yes, because we have this like gift, you guys. And I think that a lot of times we don't realize how powerful this gift is until we're around other people who realize that. And when they start talking about how powerful it is, it's like, it resonates. It's like a mind shift that happens. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. This is what I have. This is what I'm sharing. Like, this is why I put up stupid pictures of my dog. You can see my this is why I go hiking and I put up pictures of that. This is why I put those before and afters that people probably are so annoyed about. This is why, because this thing changes lives, you guys.
Yes.
So awesome. So I want to bring out Ceci Sawyer, and she's going to share her takeaways. Go ahead, Ceci.
Well, first of all, I want to just tap up on what you just said in regards of convention and events. Okay, guys. So the best takeaway, I mean, everybody has said amazing things. I mean, I don't think I can back that up. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys is show up to events. Okay. If anything that I can tell you that I took out of that, some of my coaches went there and they, I mean, probably all of them in some capacity, but they have different personalities. They were just like this, like trying to take it all in and thinking there's so much love here. Like, I can't believe this is real, you know? So we all, the ones that we went there, we all went there making great sacrifices. We left family behind, events behind, sick kids behind, whatever the case may be. So there is something about convention. Yes, there is no spots right now. However, I'm going to tell you that if you can make it there will be people out there that is trying to make it at least to the hotel so they all together can sit and watch the event. And when the event itself is over, to go out and party with the team, with the team building activities and all that stuff, because there is a lot of power of being in the presence of other coaches and like-minded people, and the heart is contagious. So if anything I can share is go ahead and do it, because if you stay home, I mean, if you can't, right? But invest on your business, invest on yourself. If this is your dream, if this is your business, go ahead and get it done. Because if you're going to log into your computer and you're going to be there, and then you're going to get up to finish the dishes, feed the kids, all that stuff, there is a lot of good information, great information that Dr. A and every other mentor in our company is going to be sharing with us. But if you're there to feel that energy, it's impossible to describe. Okay. And if I had someone here or anybody, if I did ask, raise your hand if you came back and you already have bazillion health assessments or a couple of people signed up, is because the energy that you show through your post, through your Facebook, it definitely is different. So the energy is like no other. Yes, like Priscilla's saying. So I could share a lot of things with you, but I think everybody did a great job. But please join us, connect on the chat, and find your roommates, get to convention. You're not gonna regret it, I promise you. Even if you just sit with many others in the room, all watching it virtually, do it. It's so worth it, guys. You have to get there, okay?
Yes, you guys need to get there. And some people are flying in, and like Ceci said, they're flying in and they're just staying in their hotel room and watching because they can't get in. But you guys, like, get on the waiting list. Go on there, put on the waiting list. They don't charge you until you actually get in. So, that's what I did, and I got a ticket in, and now I'm getting my flight. I'm waiting for my flight to go down so I can buy it. So, so that's what happened to me. So, things are still opening, so it's not closed all the way. It may open again. We're going to cross our fingers and our toes, and we're going to pray, right, that it's going to open. So definitely get on there, because it is super important. And, and I think that, I do want to open up for anybody else who wants to share, but I do want to share my takeaway. And this was my takeaway, the proximity. And what that means is that, being around people who help you to level up helps you to level up. You're the most like the 5 people that you're around, and who are you around? Who are you spending time with? Who are you allowing to pour into your life? And for me, like I was a pastor's wife for a long time. I've been in leadership. I've been in ministry. I stand up front a lot. And so it's really hard in my ego, and there's that thing, to allow other people to pour into me. And so that was my mind shift, was like, oh my gosh, I need to knock it off. If I want to level up, I got to let those people pour into me. And so you know what I did? I went up to my coach crush, Karen Elstrom, and I asked her if we could go to coffee. She lives 20 minutes from me. Oh my gosh, she said yes. And so we're going to have coffee next week. Look, I got like goosebumps right now. We're going to go have coffee next week, and I am so excited to meet her. Because you know what? She's the one who grew a Jamil. And I'm like, I want to know how she did that. I want to know how to inspire others. I want to know how to inspire a person like Jamil. And he's talked about where he was when he started. He talked about how hard-headed he was, how prideful he was, to get to where he is now, where, we are inspired by him. I want to know how she did that. So I encourage you guys, like, I know that Priscilla Allen just went and saw her coach crush yesterday, and all she did was she just messaged her. She was in Hawaii, and she knew that this coach was in Hawaii because she stalks her. She was like, I see that you're in Hawaii. Not that I'm stalking you or anything, but I just happen to be here. Would you like to meet for coffee? And she said yes. And then now she's like, my friend Priscilla, she puts it on her stories. So you guys, it can happen. So I really encourage you guys to like look at those people like the Justin Avini or, you know, whoever you're seeing out there, you know, Tracy was amazing. Oh my gosh, Tracy and Russ, they were amazing. You know, like if you see somebody out there that you want to be like, and you want to know how they got to where they are, send them a message. I dare you. I double dog dare you to do it, you know, and get out there. So, but we have a few minutes left. We have about 6 minutes left. So I want to leave it open for anybody else that went to retreat. If you'd like to come off and share.
I like to say something about what you just said, because most of you know I got to hang out with Justin. It was amazing. You know, Priscilla Nelson had told me, Jen, he's doing these breakfasts, blah, blah. She knew how inspired my husband got from him. And it was just like my husband happened to have a Wednesday off, which is weird. And then the kids were learning from home. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just leave all the kids with our oldest and let's just go. Let's just go. We didn't even think twice. And we went, and I had messaged him on Instagram before and said, hey, I think we're going to come crash your party, blah, blah. We went. It was the sweetest guy. All the ladies there were great. And he just poured into us. I mean, he could have been anywhere, right? And he was just hanging with us, like, just be. Like, it was crazy. So they love to help you guys. Everybody's so kind and nice. So don't be scared. I dare you too. I dare you to reach out because it is freaking amazing.
Yes. And I am going to be there next week. I'm like, Glendora. I know Glendora. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Glendora. That's where I'm like, I'm there.
I'll see you. Yay.
Yes. That's awesome. I'll go visit my parents afterwards. That'll be awesome. So yes. Anybody else like to come off and share? Casey, I see your face.
Yeah, Kim, I'll say something.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Well, there's one thing I noticed down there. It was great being in person and matching faces with Facebook and trainings and things. It was just the energy that was great. If anybody's struggling in their business and they've been on trainings, they're like, man, I need something that's going to help me, you know, push forward. You've got to, you know, if possible, get to these type of events. And this retreat was fantastic. And the people that the integrated presidential directors that came down and spoke to us, they didn't have to be there, right? That was the one big takeaway that I had was, you know, we talk about in your coaching, if you're on program, there's like an extra built-in fire. You're getting into your health and you're able to transfer that to the people that you're trying to help. Well, these coaches, I have to think that they get that same kind of energy by coming and talking to a bunch of young coaches and trying to get them energized. It energizes them back. And a few of them came quite a distance to be down there and moved aside some scheduling and some personal matters, you know, to be there. And they did it anyhow. Why? Because they love this business. If we know that coaching, you're helping a lot of people, they know that they got into this because they want to touch people. And how many more people exponentially are they going to help by pouring into all of us? And then we go out and help other people. So it was just amazing that they, you know, moved their schedules around and so forth to show up when they didn't have to. It was amazing.
Yes, that is so true. Like, I loved how willing, because we weren't even part of their organization. They don't get paid from us, but they're so willing to come and to pour into us the knowledge and even like some of the falling forward mistakes that they made. Like, I loved listening to everybody who fell forward. So yeah, that was so powerful. Thank you, Rob. So we're going to end here in a minute. Anybody else? And then I'm going to share one more announcement before we end.
Hi, it's me.
Yay.
First of all, I want to say I had such a good time, and I have never met so many beautiful people in one room. And I'm inside, outside, just, I was truly taken back. And, you know, I've been on some of the other ones. We have the best looking crowd there is in this country. So woohoo! So that's beside the point. Okay, so what I wanted to really say is this truly inspired me to get organized. And those who know me know I've never had a calendar in my entire life. And I don't know if you guys can see, wrong page. this is what my day looked like. All kinds of client. Look at me. I actually have a calendar. Woohoo! All kinds of things are being put on a calendar. I've never used one before. So I have been, yeah, so that was huge for me. I got all kinds of things, and it's been quite an amazing week just already, just from what we did last weekend. So I can't tell you I'm not still tired. I am completely like, my mind is still exploding and I'm still exhausted. And yeah, I must have like 65 pages of notes. So that's kind of scary for me, but yeah. But anyway, that's it. That's all I want to say.
That's so awesome. I'm so glad. You should be so proud of yourself. I'm sure you are. Like, putting that in a Google Calendar, like, is a huge step. I remember when I kept trying to use, like, I was making fun of that calendar, you know, you put the stickers in and it's paper and you have all the inspirational quotes, because that's what I did. I did that for a long, long time because I'm creative and I need that. So putting that away and bringing out my Google Calendar and living off that calendar was a big step for me. So that is so amazing, Takeshi. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, for doing that, because that is so awesome. Good for you. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out and sharing. And as you guys can see, there were just so much good stuff. And we're going to be bringing this good stuff into the training next week. And we want to keep this momentum going. Like I said, it's the end of the month. Push, 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 push to get those ranks that you want by the end of the month, because ranks equals higher percentage, equals more money in your bank account, equals getting closer to your dreams. Yes. Yes. So it's worth it, you guys. So my final announcement, and Priscilla Nelson kind of shared a little bit, on June 5th, over here in the San Diego area, Jamil is going to be opening his home to allowing potential coaches and clients come to an event. And it's kind of like a healthy happy hour. It's like a potluck. And so if you are in the area and you want to invite people to that, people who want to be coaches, or who I know who I'm going to be inviting, because when I got home, I started like going down my scareds list, and I just was like, you got to coach. And so I know who I'm going to be inviting to that day. So if you have people down here in California that you want to invite, please invite them. If they don't know anybody there, one of us who live in California will probably be there, and we can connect with them. So that's June 5th. And if you don't know where that is, I'll put the link in Leaders in Progress, or one of us will put the link, probably me. So I'll put that in there on Leaders in Progress, so you guys can find that page, and you can invite your potential coaches and clients to that event. Okay. So in the meantime, go work. I know you guys have questions, but we are ending, because I'm respecting time. At 6:45 we end. We're a little bit over. So if you still have questions, put it in the group chat at Leaders in Progress, and we'll try to answer them. And you guys go and push, push, push. And we'll see you Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. PST. See you then. Bye.